attempt number 2 to get out there. This is 2 days later. So I think that by now, because it's an active Forest Service road, that the machines would have cleared the road by now. But just in case, I did bring my big saw to be prepared. And I am going to rip out there as fast as I can. I'm going to take all of my lumber down as fast as I can so we can just plow through the projects today, because I don't have a full day. I only have, like an 8-hour work day. Steve is in Japan. So I will see you guys down on the cliff. All right, let me explain. What happened was I had tried to go out to the cliff cabin a couple of days prior with the goal to solve my ant problem, and I came across this small tree and 2 massive spruce trees down across the Forest Service road. Unfortunately, I only brought the little baby battery saw. Crap. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back home. And if I'm gonna have to go back home today, that means that I may as well stay at home, because it's just too much time to drive all the way back out here. So more than likely, by the time I come back out in a couple days, that tree will be gone, but at least next time I'll bring the bigger saw. You've got to be kidding me. What the hell? This is an active Forest Service road. When I first came out, it was Sunday. Today is Tuesday. It should be cleared. Somebody came and cut some branches. Anyway, here we go. I didn't bring a tripod, so I'm just gonna have to do this quickly and carry on. Oh, there's 2 trees. My saw got stuck. Thank goodness I still have my baby saw to help me get it out. Anyway, there's like 2 on top of each other, and I really honestly didn't think I'd be doing this, so I didn't even bring wedges or like a pry bar. So I cut a branch so that I could pry these logs away. I'm just gonna do the bare minimum so I can squeeze through here. Half an hour delay. All right. What do you got next for me, huh? What do you got next? Bring it on. I'm a woman on a mission. I am going to rip out there as fast as I can. I'm going to take all of my lumber down as fast as I can. Okay, what's this wood I'm talking about? Wood. This is the wood I'm talking about. Would you care to know where this wood came from? This right here is the wood that came from the same junk pile as the fir flooring. And if y'all remember the teeny tiny little kitchen I made in the fort, that is the same wood as this, more or less. So if you're catching my drift, I think you know what's happening here. Here's my loot for tomorrow. A quick thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring this week's video. They are the #1 privacy removal service since 2010, and for the past nearly 2 years, they have been helping me take back control of my privacy online. Joining was very simple. I went online to their website, filled out some basic information about myself, submitted it, sat back, relaxed, and let the experts do the rest. Within 7 days, I received my first detailed report showing all of the data broker sites that my information was removed from. So data brokers are businesses that scour the internet collecting personal identifiable information and selling it. My first report came back with, I think, about 10 different data broker sites that my information was on, and I've gradually noticed that that number is going down. A couple of times I've seen it at 0. My last report was just on 1, Spokio. So I feel like I'm on the maintenance program with Delete Me right now, and I value maintenance programs. Maintenance is the key to life running like a well-oiled machine. So this is kind of how I see it. Nothing bad can come from making sure that my personal information isn't being stolen and sold online by data brokers, and only bad things can come from my information being stolen and sold online by data brokers. So that is why I continue to use, trust, and recommend Delete Me to anyone and everyone. Join deleteme.com/Mishy20, promo code Mishy20 at checkout. They are offering 20% off consumer plans right now. So again, that is joindeleteme.com/Mishy20, promo code Mishy20 at checkout. Okay, it's 11:30. I have everything down here. Well, okay. I didn't bring the wide long boards. That would have required 3 trips for me today, and I'd rather just get started on the work and leave the stuff up there. I'll grab it next time. 2 trips is enough for today anyway. The ants are still here. I did take a quick little look, and they still are in like that kitchen corner. They kind of seem to be ducking behind that wind brace. So I don't know if they're going for like the foam, if they're somehow getting out and then to the insulation on the outside. I really have no idea. Anyway, I brought spray. I brought like pesticide, which I'll do at the very end before I leave. I did bring cinnamon to sprinkle around everywhere. And I mean, the pesticide should do it. I might have to just be persistent, like doing this twice a year. That's probably what I'll have to do. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is finish the flooring, the hardwood flooring, or at least allocate the boards that are required to finish the flooring so that I know what I have left over for fir flooring, because I want to use some of it in the loft. The loft would be the second thing, using up the rest of the fir boards. So those boards that I was sanding a few days ago, that came with the pile of fir that I picked through. And I used the better boards that I had, like the better quality ones. I used those in the fort kitchen, and I really like how that turned out. So I thought I would try to replicate a similar something in this kitchen. I'm not going to get to that today, but that's sort of in the plan. Spray, and I thought I would try to make a house for the ants because I felt bad kicking them out of here. I thought I'd make them a little house that looks like this cabin, but now that they're still in here, I'm still kind of pissed off at them. I was going to do it if they were gone, but anyway, I have 4 hours, so let's see what I can get done. This is why working from one corner out. I might have to cut this. I don't think I can get it under this. Now I can't fit anything in here. I need to cut into this. I think the best way is to see if I can slide this. Come on. Yes. I kept all of these scrap strips. These are the original stuff. So perfect. Some of it won't fit, but some of it will. So I'll just do that. Definitely some of my finest work, and I'm looking for a job if anyone's hiring. I allocated 2 pieces of fir flooring for underneath the corner, underneath the stove. There's a little bit to do there, but I want to switch gears and I want to go up to the loft. Okie dokie. So for the loft, what I wanted to do was like the dock boards that I have that make up the ceiling of this loft or the floor of this loft, and what you look up from when you walk in, aren't very structural. So I added these planks in the other direction, they're birch for structural integrity as well as ventilation. It's kind of why I left the gaps. So for that under the foam, there's a bit of airflow. So that's fine. I will leave what I have where the mattress is gonna go. But what I wanna do is cut off the ends here. I think what I'm gonna end up doing anyway is switching mattresses, a different type of foam. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference. But anyway, there's one that I have that's 75 inches long. So at kind of like, I don't know, maybe just even here, I'll cut along here, get rid of these boards, and then I'll put the fir flooring so that at the end of the bed, it looks like there's flooring, like fir flooring. I think I have enough to do this. Oh, and I want to create a headboard at the head of the bed. A good catch. My camera fell over and I thought it broke. It wouldn't turn on. Oh, it's so hard to work in such a small space. I have nowhere to put this where it's not going to jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Why does my hip hurt? Oh. Why does my hip hurt? So I just cut up one of those pieces of the birch. And I'll just make a little pony wall. 6.5. A bit of accommodation for the window. I realized I made this too short and I was trying to dick around with it and make it taller, and I realized that I don't really need to, because all I need to do is make the boards as long as I want them to be, and then I'll add a little, a furring strip along the top to add an extra nailer for the boards to go that way, if that makes sense. It's 2:30, so I have an hour left to go, and honestly, I should start to do the ant stuff. The ant stuff was the priority one. This is what I really want to do. Sweating. No wonder my hip hurts. What? That was way too short. Who cares along the bottom though anyway, to be honest. So it's gonna be something like that. And then some across the top. Either the same stuff, or maybe I'll just use a slab laying around. That might look okay. Like a live edge slab. I gotta work on the ant stuff now. All they're doing is rerouting themselves. Like I looked outside, and instead of coming in alongside the cabin, they're just going alongside the deck and then in and under and away to avoid all of the diatomaceous earth. They're sneaky little buggers. So I am going to spray inside. I'm going to spray up in the loft. I'll probably sprinkle cinnamon first around, because apparently ants don't like cinnamon. Do this first so that by the time I do the poison spray, I can just get out of here as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go around and sprinkle cinnamon, and then I'm going to put it's not really the right mask, but it's something, and some gloves, and do what I can. I have doubts the cinnamon is going to do anything, so I'm just going to go for the spray. Ant times. No! Ray! They're all crawling along here. Before they were crawling along there. Done. My reward? Some chocolate. I did wash my hands. I used pretty much the whole thing, so inside and out. Windows, doors. I got up as high as I could. I crawled underneath. I did the pressure treated posts. I did as much as I could. You know, it was a little bit windy, so it was kind of dangerous because it was like spraying in my face and getting in my eyes. So if I have some strange cancer in a year, we probably know why.